Why is Rochel? We're emphasizing it's Zarash Rochel, the characteristic that Yosef and Binyamin have, that they're able to consume Amalek and Esav, is because the Zarash Rochel. What is Zarash Rochel? That means Rochel had a special quality or characteristic, and through that they were able to dominate and destroy Amalek. What is it? Now, when the Torah speaks about Rochel, who is Rochel? The Gemara tells us Rochel was one of the most beautiful women who ever lived. Rochel Imenu. So she is the epitome of beauty, and yet she went and totally subordinated and dedicated every aspect of that beauty to become the aim of Klal Yisrael, to become the matriarch of Klal Yisrael. That's who she was. So she was able to take the physicality of existence in the most perfect setting and totally consecrate it and dedicate it to Hashem. What does Esav represent? Esav represents the epitome of physicality, for the sake of physicality. That's who Edom is, and that's what Amalek is. Amalek cannot tolerate spirituality at all. He wanted to actually extinguish it. Because Rochel is the antithesis of what Esav is and what Amalek is, so therefore she has the characteristic, she's able to subordinate and dominate and overcome whatever Esav represents, what Amalek represents. Yosef is the most beautiful man who ever lived in the history of existence. Yosef had beauty, but who was Yosef? Yosef was Yosef HaTzadik. And because he was the tzaddik, he took that beauty, that physicality, and again, he fully dedicated it. He was the Ben Zekunim, as the Torah tells us in this week's parsha. He resembled his father, he looked like his father, he had all the challenges of his father. Therefore, he was the one, but he surpassed his father, because his father was not the son of Rachel. He was the son of Rachel. Therefore, he had that characteristic that he has the ability to dominate physicality at the most extreme, advanced level. That's the reason why when Yosef was born, what he represented was to negate, subordinate, and vaporize whatever Edom is for that reason. Okay? That's the way we explained it in the past. So we once said, we find that Yovan, in the time of the Greeks, what did the Greeks represent? It was a culture which was what? Was a hedonistic culture. It was hedonism. And they worshipped hedonism. Beauty, the beauty of the body. The Hellenists, the Jews who Hellenized, what did they do? They used to compete in the Olympics when they were naked. So the Jews were circumcised. Circumcised they saw was mutilation of the ultimate beauty. How do you take the foreskin and remove it? You're mutilating something which is the ultimate of beauty, the human body. So therefore what they did was, it's called Moshe Chorloso. They went and artificially caused the foreskin, they pulled it down, that it should cover the organ as if they were not circumcised. But they worship beauty for beauty. Beauty was an end unto itself, which with us, all existence is an end. It's not an end unto itself, it's a means to an end. Therefore, what did they decree? Every Jewish home had to take Keren Hashor, the horn of an ox, and write on it, Ein lanu ched l'elokei Yisrael. We have no share in the God of Israel. That was one of the decrees that the Greeks legislated, that every Jewish home has to have a plaque in the home. On the plaque is the horn of an ox, Ein lanu chelek b'elokei Yisrael. We have no share in the God of Israel. Well, what is the significance of that? So we explained in the past, what did Yosef represent? Yosef was beauty, the ultimate of beauty, the epitome of beauty. But for what? But not for the sake of beauty. He dedicated and consecrated that beauty for the sake of Hashem, to serve Hashem. The Greeks said, you ride on that horn. We find when Moshe Rabbeinu blessed Yosef, he says, B'chor shor hodolo. He's the B'chor shor, he's the ox who has that beauty. Take that horn, which represents Yosef, which is the ultimate of beauty, and ride on it. We have no share in the God of Israel. As a result of that, now, if there's no God of Israel, it's no longer a means, it's an end unto itself. It's exactly for this reason. But it's only because of that, they were able to dominate the Zarush Rocha were able to dominate Esav and Amalek because they have the upper hand, because they went and they controlled and dominated physicality, which was the ultimate level, and therefore they're able to negate and destroy Amalek and Edom for that reason.